morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. A little bit later than normal because I had a couple of drinks. I will come to that back later in the video, guys. In today's video, again, 5 amazing Bitcoin charts, a trading tip, a travel tip, live advice, talking about the news as the US government is doing something with Bitcoins that probably you all don't know yet. And yes, also answering one of the questions about tax in Australia. So, on crypto, of course. Now let's quickly jump into the charts to see what is happening to Bitcoin today, because we just closed a monthly candle. Did we close higher than the highest monthly close ever or not? Let's quickly check the charts. Bam. The first chart for today, guys, is this monthly chart. On the monthly chart, we can see that the monthly candle closed yesterday at 61,161. The previous highest close of a monthly candle was all the way there in October 2021. That one was 61,359. So yes, we came $200 short of making a monthly highest close ever. This chart, by the way, I've been sharing this chart now like for years with you guys. I'm going to zoom out, show you the full chart. Please look at this chart. Please look at all the text. Please look at all the numbers. I've been preparing you for all these runs already from the beginning, because we are copying all those bull markets that you saw before. So all these numbers will be in line. The top of the bull market will be 17 months to 18 months after the halving. Check the chart, check all the data. It's one of the most important charts I've ever made, and you can see by now that yes, it's completely correct. This chart, we can see the Bitcoin return of investment per cycle. The first cycle was a 57,000% profit. The second cycle, 53,000% profit. The third cycle was 11,000% profit. That's 2017 cycle. And then the fourth cycle was 2,000% profit. That's the last cycle. At the moment, we are at 293% profit. The profits that you see also on the charts is the profits at the bear market, so that 4,000%, 8,000%, 1,700%, 395%. We will see at the end where we will end up, but I believe that we can still easily double from here, so all the way up to 600%, which would put Bitcoin at 120K, guys. Of course, it can go higher and higher and higher, but I prefer to be a little bit more bearish. 120K is a very beautiful target for me. Also, if you look at the diminishing returns of each cycle, it would be in line with all those previous cycles. A little bit less profits. So let's go for 120K. Let's go for 121K. Beautiful number, 21. Then we have this chart. You can here see how the Bitcoin drawdowns happened and how we bounced back out of these drawdowns. The white line is the current line, the blue and the red line are the previous cycles. So we can see that the bear markets were more deep in the 2 previous cycles and took longer to crawl out. This was a less deep bear market, and it's taking less time to crawl out. We are already out of that market before the halving. Normally it will take to after the halving. That's another 2 months. So yes, we are front running the market at the moment. That's all because of that shitload of liquidity that's coming in from those spot ETFs. Beautiful chart. Then we have this one. If you zoom out, we can see exactly where we are. The Bitcoin cycle bottom to the top. We are just before the halving. Yes, we had a beautiful pump, but we will have an even bigger pump after the halving. We will go to that 100K price. We will go maybe even above 100K. If we look at this chart and end up a little bit lower than the red line, first blue, then red, then white, we could end up beautifully at that 120K level that I just told you. Amazing chart. Then we have the realized price index. On the realized price index, you see the white dotted line, that's the current one, and the red dotted line, that's the cycle 3 line. We can see if we would follow the red dotted line, that we would arrive somewhere around 96,000 US dollar. The white line, of course, could still go up because we are just in the beginning of this cycle. It could end up again, same level, around that 120K. But you can see the difference between the previous cycle that we had a dip before the halving, that was I think the COVID crash, and the pump that we have now because of the liquidity of the spot ETF. That's a huge difference. Let's see how we continue after the halving. But the realized price will make new all-time highs during this halving. Also the realized cap, also that's a complete market cap in the realized price index, will make new all-time highs. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. Yes, as we can see, of course, the close of that monthly candle was not the highest one. The highest one was 61,300 something US dollar, and we closed yesterday at 61,100 US dollars, so it's $200 short of the highest monthly candle close ever. But that's still very bullish. We didn't even see the halving happening. The FOMO of the retail has not stepped in yet. At least, I don't know how it is with your direct messages, but my box is completely exploding at the moment with all those people asking me questions about Bitcoin, if they should buy now, like even my aunts, my uncles, all those people that normally you don't have any questions from about Bitcoin, they start to ask. So the retail starts to slowly FOMO in. So that's why now, if you want to ask me questions on Instagram, for example, yeah, you need to pay $5 a month, and then yes, you come into a special VIP group where you can ask all the questions. I will respond to them, because else I don't have a life anymore. My DMs are exploding. So I need to filter the serious people from the less serious people. So the serious people, they can afford 2 cups of coffee on Instagram every month to ask me the questions. So go there and become an exclusive VIP. You can see here how you do it, guys. But the charts are telling us every time the same and the same and the same. Zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. The halving still needs to take place. The bull market top will probably be there in 2025. So yes, it's still a beautiful moment that if we dip, to buy that dip. And we can see after this huge run that there is always a pullback. Is that pullback only 5% or maybe 10%? We don't know yet. But the retracement will always be there, and it's always a healthy moment to dollar cost average a little bit more into Bitcoin. Just be all in as soon as possible before the halving. That's my best tip I have been giving you guys all the year round. I've been telling you, go all in, go all in, go all in. Dollar cost average. And now, bam, we are there already at 60K. And before we know it, bam, we will be there at 70K. And before we know it, we will be bam, we will be there at 80K. Don't miss out on these profits because you're doubting or waiting for a too big dip. That huge dip to 40K, I don't see that happening anymore. Maybe back to 50K. But even that is a risk at the moment with all that bullishness and the market drying up, no Bitcoins being available, spot ETFs buying, governments buying, like banks starting to buy. There is not enough Bitcoin and not enough supply to come up to that demand. The demand is insane. The supply is just not there, so that can only lead to an increase of the price. Now, let's jump into the trading tip. The trading tip for today, guys, is about safety. If you want to store your cryptocurrency safe, you always use a self-custodial hardware wallet. Now, I am testing all of these wallets all of the time. Now I'm testing the Keystone hardware wallet. I really enjoy this wallet. It's a really beautiful user interface, very simple. It has a huge screen. It almost has the experience of a wallet on your iPhone, but now in a hardware wallet. You can connect it to all your wallets, to MetaMask, to OKX, all these wallets can be integrated in this hardware wallet. It has a color screen, it has a camera on it to scan QR codes. It is a really safe wallet, and it has 3 security chips built in one, anti-tampering, all the things that you would expect from a hardware wallet is built into this Keystone wallet. For your Bitcoins, for your Ethereums, for all your other cryptocurrencies. I really like it. I've been always using the Ledger and the Bitbox, who were my 2 favorite wallets till now. But this one is going to be on my list as number 3, maybe even as number 1 at the moment. Because the user interface is really simple. So it's very simple to use for all people out there. For example, with the Ledger, with the small buttons, or the Bitbox, also with the pressure buttons, completely different experience than this Keystone one. This one is the same experience as you have on an iPhone. It's the first hardware wallet that has given me the same experience I have with a normal software wallet on an iPhone, but it's a hardware wallet. Beautiful wallet, Keystone. There is a link down below. If you use that link, you will get a discount. A special link, of course, for you guys. Yes, I know I'm shilling the link, but I'm really using this wallet because I just really love the simplicity of it. This is making storing Bitcoin in a simple, safe way, easy and accessible for all people out there. I know it's a little bit difficult with the Ledger, I know it's a little bit difficult with the Trezor, and I know it's a little bit difficult with the Bitbox, but this wallet, Keystone, makes it very simple for everyone. That was the trading tip for today. Always store your cryptocurrency safely on your self-custodial hardware wallet, like Ledger, like Bitbox, or for example now the Keystone. Good wallets. The travel tip for today is a travel tip that I still need to start to integrate in my life as well. Don't invite too many friends over because you will end up needing to drink with all of them. I'm finally finding my healthy lifestyle here in Thailand, doing sports, eating healthy, and then all these friends keep coming over and all of them are still in my past like, hey, let's do a drink, let's do a Bacardi Coke, let's do a gin tonic, hey, let's do another drink. And I always want to make fun, so I always go there and always have fun, but I always end up drinking a little bit too much, in my honest opinion. Normally only in the weekends. Yesterday, for a special friend from the Netherlands, I made an exception, but normally I only do drinks nowadays in the weekend, guys. But that's also why my video is a little bit later. So, travel tip for the day, very simple. Don't invite all your friends to your place, because you will end up drinking and breaking your cycle of making and performing every morning and creating beautiful content for all your followers out there. Yes, sometimes I have these hard mornings as well. I need to get up because I want to create this content, but you know what I expect back for that? For me, getting up after a night of drinking, thumbs ups, sharing. I want to reach 75K subscribers before Bitcoin reaches 75K. And it's going to happen very soon, so you need to be quick. Come on, share this with all your friends. At least tell one of your family members or friends or colleagues today about the Bitcoin Family channel and let them subscribe to that channel. Now, that was the travel tip for the day. Maybe not that handy for all of you, but yeah, it is handy for me, so I need to teach it myself as well. Let's jump into the next part. The question from today is all over from down under in Australia, because there's a question about paying tax on crypto in Australia. So, first of all, I am not a tax expert. I'm an expert in avoid paying tax. That's something completely else. But in Australia, I know the rule is that everything that you earn above 180,000 US dollar in crypto, you need to pay 45% in tax. So for every dollar you earn more than 180K, you pay 45 cents to the government or to the tax company in Australia. So the question is now, how can you avoid paying that? Yeah, that's illegal. You can't avoid paying tax. But if it is up to me, I don't think that the government even should know that you hold Bitcoins. So the solution is completely in the beginning. The moment you start to buy Bitcoin, don't buy them with your bank account. Please withdraw the money from your bank account into Australian dollars, which is still physical cash, and buy them peer-to-peer with that cash. That's the best solution that you can do, because then the governments and the banks don't know what you did with that money. Because if you take the money out of an ATM, you could also spend it on drinks or drugs or surfing or food or whatever, you know. They don't know you bought Bitcoin with it. So that's the easiest way to avoid paying too many tax on your cryptocurrencies, is by not showing the government and the tax company that you bought it with your bank account. Now let's say you did buy with your bank account. So now there is KYC, people know, hey, this person bought so many Bitcoins on this exchange. I think then the wisest thing you can do is use, for example, a wallet like Wasabi, like Samurai, or like Sparrow wallet. These three wallets have coin join built in, which means you can mix up your coins so they get a little bit less transparent for all those people out there that are tracking your Bitcoin wallet or Ethereum wallet addresses. So that's what they call coin join, which is mixing your Bitcoins into multiple wallets back into another wallet that nobody knows that you own. So then at least they can't see anymore that it's your Bitcoins, because they will be mixed. And when they are mixed, you can always tell them, no, yeah, I was trading with them, but I lost, you know, I didn't make any profits. And then they will, of course, require, if it's like legal issues, but you need to show us your trading results from an exchange or from this exchange. And then you tell them, this is such a strange word. I was trading them on Bitforex. I was trading them on FTX. I was trading them on all those exchanges that now just went bankrupt and they just disappeared from the market. They stole all my Bitcoins that I still had there. And then that government in Australia probably will be, oh, yeah, prove it. And then you're like, how can I prove it? The website is not anymore there. There is no account anymore there. So just make something up. I don't know. Make something up. You had a boating accident. Make something up. You donated something to a foundation. Or I gave them all to Didi because he's making so many beautiful YouTube videos every day. And I know I'm joking around a little bit, and it's maybe not the official way to avoid paying tax in Australia. But I think the only way is by buying your Bitcoins with cash, peer-to-peer. And there is still possibility. There's a lot of groups and forums and Telegram groups and Facebook groups out there where you can find other people that are selling and buying Bitcoins offline as well. Just connect to the Bitcoin community. There will always be a possibility. And if you bought them with a bank, you can also, of course, sell them back to the bank and then take that cash out. But the problem you have then is that that bank will see, hey, shit, He bought for 10K, he's depositing 100K. Whoa, he has 90K profit. Ooh, of that 90K, we need to have 30%, so 30K comes here to the government because we want to have all your profits. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sell it back to the bank, you know. I would just send it to a different wallet, use a CoinJoin or a mixer, mix it all up to another wallet, and then just make up a very valid story, you know, that you got stuck in trades, that you lost trades, and that the exchange, went bankrupt, something like that. Anyone in Australia has better tips than this, please let them know down below in the comment, because I'm really anxious to hear all your ideas on how you intend or try to avoid paying tax on your cryptocurrencies in your country. If you want to do it the most legal way in Australia, hold them for at least 12 months. At least you get a 50% discount then on your tax. But yeah, it always hurts to pay tax. Let's jump into the next part. The news for today is that the United States of America is moving $922 million worth of Bitcoin that they seized from the Bitfinex hack in 2016. It's two wallets, you can see it on this image over here, and they are moving around that $922 million worth of Bitcoin. They just started to move it when Bitcoin reached 60K. So probably the government of the United States now wants to dump $900 million worth of Bitcoin onto the market, or probably selling it to their friends in BlackRock or whatever, because, you know, they are afraid. They don't think that the Bitcoin will go higher. So these stupid governments, like stupid as they always are stupid, they are selling those Bitcoins too early, probably. That's why I think they are moving them around from that wallet that they seized into a new wallet. I can't see any other reason that the government will be moving around those Bitcoins. Or maybe there is a corrupt government official that found these wallets and is moving them to their private wallets to then coin join them on another wallet that I just educated you about, and then makes them disappear into multiple other different wallets that he holds, and maybe he will live a happy life ever after like that or something. We don't know, but it's $922 million worth that they seized from a hacker couple. They called them the Crypto Bonnie and Clyde. I think his name was something with Liechtenstein, and his wife was Heather Morgan, a rapper or something. And they hacked Bitfinex and many other exchanges in that time. They caught them, I think, with like money laundering 4.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, and even seized like $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin from that couple. They even confessed, and they of course are in jail and all that stuff. I think there's even going to be a movie about them. I read something about that they are going to make a movie about the Crypto Bonnie and Clyde, because it's one of the largest hacks that ever took place. Just imagine, like 3.6 billion was seized. 4.6 billion was money laundered. These guys probably money laundered way more than that the government could prove, but let's see. It's a beautiful story out there. That's these amazing stories that we always have in crypto, but now at least you know the government is probably having weekends, very weekends, like all the governments have, and they're selling those Bitcoins probably way too early. I think that government official, like in 12 months time, will be like, oh shit, we could have got like 200% of what we received last year. But yeah, it's his own mistake probably. Let's keep track of these wallets and see what is happening. Maybe they will be moved into these wallets of these spot ETF companies like BlackRock, because they're all transparent. We all know which wallets they are using. So just keep an eye on these two wallets. If these Bitcoins will be moved also to that spot ETF, that will be, of course, another beautiful news story in crypto. Yes, the BlackRock spot ETF is buying up the seized Bitcoins from a hacker in the United States. It can't get any more crazy than that. Let's see if it falls out like that, guys. Let's jump into the next part. The last part of the video, of course, always the inspirational part. And a lot of people ask me every time, again and again and again, Didi, how can I avoid having that fear of like losing everything? Like, I'm always afraid to go all into Bitcoin or to take a huge step in life, because yeah, I just fear that I will lose everything. All the materialistic stuff, all that stuff, you know? I think the most simple way to avoid being afraid of losing everything, or that you have something to lose, is by remembering that you will die. There will be a moment in your life that you die. And do you really think that moment when you die that you will think back and like, oh, I have something to lose? You will go. You will leave something behind, probably for your wife and your kids or whatever, but you will die. Or the other way, if you're a woman, for your husband and your kids, but you will die. Why would you bother, and why would you think and overthink, that we talked about yesterday, so much about all these issues you need to solve, all these hurdles you need to overcome, all the fears that you need to break through building up courage, why would you do that? Remember yourself, hey, I will die. And every time when you tell yourself, hey, I'm a human being, I will die, maybe you lose the fear of all that shit. Why would you have that fear? At the end, we all die. Whatever you will do until you die, what does it matter? Nobody is going to laugh at you anymore when you're in your grave or in heaven or hell, whatever you believe in. It just doesn't matter. You live now, live that life to the fullest, get rid of all your fears, just do what your passion is, do what you're dreaming of, do what you want to achieve what you want to achieve, run for it, go for your goals, slowly move if you can't run, but never stop moving. All these tips that I tell you every day again and again and again, they all have to do with losing the fear in the beginning of taking that huge leap. If you want to minimize that fear of taking one of these big steps in life, always remember that there will be a moment you will die. Till that moment, enjoy life to the fullest. No fear. That's probably a logo from one of sport companies. No fear. Wasn't a brand? I was a brand. No fear. And now I will be sued by YouTube. No fear. You're shilling no fear. No, but that's what it is. It all has to do with no fear. Why would you fear all of that stuff if you know in the end it really doesn't matter if you're in your grave? You will die. Just enjoy it. Just do the fuck what you want to do. They can't take anything from you when you're dead. Because understand that losing time, that is the most valuable asset that you can lose. And you will lose time in the end, because if you died, time is gone. There will be no new time if you're dead. So you need to be afraid of losing that time. Not afraid of all the things that you think you can't do or achieve, or you're afraid of whatever it is. Lose that fear and build up fear that you're running out of time. Because you will realize, hey, time is not like unlimited. There is a limit, and nobody knows what that limit is. But that you will be running out of time. So have fear of you running out of time. Maybe that will drop the fear of all that stupid things that you think you can lose. Your money, or a car, or an investment. All of those things don't matter if you compare those assets to time. Time is the most valuable, precious asset in your life, because you don't know how much you have, but you do know you will be running out of it. So start to use that time in the most efficient, passionate, beautiful way ever. And if you do that, you will lose all the fears of all that other shit. Just realize you're a human being, you will die, you will run out of time. That was the inspirational part, maybe a little bit dramatic, but yeah, I couldn't make a better one this morning. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the charts? What do you think about all the other tips? Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing Friday. It's the 1st of March. Let's see if March will be as bullish as February. That would be very bullish, because that would mean in March we would make a new all-time high above 69K. Let's see if that will happen. Maybe we will go sideways for a bit, a little bit pullback, a little bit sideways, all the way up to the halving in April, and then pump again. But if the spot ETFs will be buying still $500, $600 million worth of Bitcoin every day, then believe me, the pullback won't be 30% or 20%, and believe me, we will keep climbing up in price. Because the name of the game is supply and demand. And if the demand is bigger than the supply, then we know that there is only one solution, and it's increasing the price. Simple as that. Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing weekend. See you in one of the lives tomorrow and Saturday, English, Sunday, Dutch. Of course, same time, mostly in the morning, 10 o'clock, around 10 o'clock, and not too planned. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bam.